Shalom and welcome to Who is Yahuah. Thank you for joining me as we gather today's portion from the scriptures. Today's reading is Shamuth, Exodus, chapters 10 through 12. Shamuth, Exodus, chapter 10. Then Yahuah said to Mashah, "Go in to Pharaoh, for I have hardened his heart and the heart of his servants, so that I may show these signs of mine among them, and so that you may tell in the hearing of your son and of your grandson what things I have done to Matsrym, and my signs which I have done among them, that you may know that I am Yahuah." Mashah and Aharon went in to Pharaoh and said to him, "This is what Yahuah, the Elohim of the Hebrews, says. How long will you refuse to humble yourself before me? Let my people go, so that they may serve me. But if you refuse to let my people go, behold, tomorrow I will bring locusts into your territory. They will cover the surface of the earth, so that one won't be able to see the ground. They will eat the remnant of that which has escaped, which remains to you from the hail, and will eat every tree which grows for you out of the field. Your houses will be filled, and the houses of all your servants, and the houses of all the Matsrym, as neither your fathers nor your fathers' fathers have seen since the day that they were on the earth to this day." He turned and went out from Pharaoh. Pharaoh's servants said to him, "How long would this man be a snare to us? Let the men go, so that they may serve Yahuah their Elohim. Don't you yet know that Matsrym is destroyed?" So Mashah and Aharon were brought again to Pharaoh, and he said to them, "Go, serve Yahuah your Elohim. But who are those that will go?" Mashah said, "We will go with our young and with our old, with our sons and with our daughters, with our flocks and with our herds, for we must hold a feast to Yahuah." He said to them, "Yahuah be with you, if I will let you go with your little ones. See, evil is clearly before your faces. Not so. Go now, you who are men, and serve Yahuah, for that is what you desire." Then they were driven out from Pharaoh's presence. Yahuah said to Mashah, "Stretch out your hand over the land of Matsrym for the locusts, that they may come upon the land of Matsrym and eat every herb of the land, even all that the hail has left." Mashah stretched out his rod over the land of Matsrym, and Yahuah brought an east wind on the land all that day and all that night. And when it was morning, the east wind brought the locusts. The locusts went up over all the land of Matsrym and rested in all the territory of Matsrym. They were very severe. Before them there were no such locusts as they, nor will there ever be again, for they covered the surface of the whole earth, so that the land was darkened. They ate every herb of the land and all the fruit of the trees which the hail had left. There remained nothing green, neither tree or herb of the field, through all the land of Matsrym. Then Pharaoh called for Mashah and Aharon in haste, and he said, "I have sinned against Yahuah your Elohim and against you. Now, therefore, please forgive my sin again, and pray to Yahuah your Elohim, that he may take away from me this death." Mashah went out from Pharaoh and prayed to Yahuah. Yahuah turned an exceedingly strong west wind, which took up the locusts and drove them into the Red Sea. There remained not one locust in all the territory of Matsrym. But Yahuah hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he didn't let the children of Yashar'Al go. Yahuah said to Mashah, "Stretch out your hand toward the Shamim, that there may be darkness over the land of Matsrym, even darkness which may be felt." Mashah stretched out his hand toward the Shamim, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Matsrym for 3 days. They didn't see one another, and nobody rose from his place for 3 days. But all the children of Yashar'Al had light in their dwellings. Pharaoh called to Mashah and said, "Go, serve Yahuah. Only let your flocks and your herds stay behind. Let your little ones also go with you." Mashah said, "You must also give into our hand sacrifices and burnt offerings, that we may sacrifice to Yahuah our Elohim. Our livestock also shall go with us. Not a hoof shall be left behind, for we must take some of them to serve Yahuah our Elohim, and we don't know with what we must serve Yahuah until we come there." But Yahuah hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he wouldn't let them go. Pharaoh said to him, "Get away from me. Be careful to see my face no more, for in the day that you see my face, you will die." Mashah said, "You have spoken well. I will see your face again no more." Shamuth, Exodus, chapter 11. Yahuah said to Mashah, "I will bring yet one more plague on Pharaoh, and on Matsrym. After that, he will let you go from here. When he lets you go, he will surely drive you out altogether. Speak now in the hearing of the people, and let every man ask from his neighbor, and every woman from her neighbor, articles of silver and articles of gold. Yahuah gave the people favor in the sight of the Matsrym. Moreover, the man Mashah was very great in the land of Matsrym, in the sight of Pharaoh's servants, and in the sight of the people. Mashah said, "This is what Yahuah says. About midnight, I will go out into the midst of Matsrym, and all the firstborn in the land of Matsrym shall die. From the firstborn of Pharaoh, who sits on his throne, even to the firstborn of the female servant who is behind the mill, and all the firstborn of livestock. There will be a great cry throughout all the land of Matsrym, such as there has never been, nor will there ever be again. But against any of the children of Yashar'Al, not even a dog shall bark, neither against man nor animal, that you may know that Yahuah makes a distinction between the Matsrym and Yashar'Al. All these your servants will come down to me and bow themselves to me, saying, 'Get out, you and all the people who follow you,' and after that I will go out." Mashah went out from Pharaoh in hot anger. Yahuah said to Mashah, "Pharaoh will not listen to you, that my wonders may be multiplied in the land of Matsrym." Mashah and Aharun did all these wonders before Pharaoh, but Yahuah hardened Pharaoh's heart, and he didn't let the children of Yashar'Al go out of his land. Shamuth, Exodus, chapter 12. Yahuah spoke to Mashah and Aharun in the land of Matsrym, saying, "This month shall be the beginning of months for you. It shall be the first month of the year for you. Speak to all the congregation of Yashar'Al, saying, on the 10th day of this month, every man shall take a lamb for himself, according to his father's house, a lamb for a household. If the household is too small for a lamb, let him and his neighbor next to his house take it according to the number of souls. You shall make your count for the lamb, according to what everyone can eat. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male, a year old. You may take it from the sheep or from the goats. You shall keep it until the 14th day of the same month, and the whole assembly of the congregation of Yashar'Al shall kill it at evening. They shall take some of the blood and put it on the 2 doorposts and on the lintel of the houses where they shall eat it. They shall eat the meat on that night, roasted with fire, with unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs. They shall eat it. Do not eat it raw, nor boiled at all with water, but roast it with fire, its head with its legs and its inner parts. You shall let nothing of it remain until the morning, but that which remains of it until the morning you shall burn with fire. This is how you shall eat it, with your belt fastened, your sandals on your feet, and your staff in your hand. You shall eat it in haste. It is Yahuah's Phasach. For I will pass through the land of Matsrym on that night, and will strike all the firstborn in the land of Matsrym, both man and animal. I will execute judgments against all the mighty ones of the Matsrym. I am Yahuah. The blood shall be a sign for you on the houses where you are. When I see the blood, I will pass over you, and no plague will be on you to destroy you when I strike the land of Matsrym. This day shall be a memorial for you, and you shall keep it as a feast to Yahuah throughout your generations. You shall keep it as a feast by an ordinance forever. 7 days you shall eat unleavened bread. Even the first day you shall remove leaven out of your houses. For whoever eats leavened bread from the first day until the 7th day, that soul shall be cut off from Yashar'Al. On the first day there shall be a set-apart gathering, and on the 7th day there shall be a set-apart gathering. No kind of work shall be done on them, except that which everyone must eat. That alone may be done by you. You shall observe Matsrym, the feast of unleavened bread. For on this day I brought your armies out of the land of Matsrym. Therefore you shall observe this day throughout your generations, by an ordinance forever. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month, at evening, you shall eat unleavened bread until the 21st day of the month at evening. No leaven shall be found in your houses for 7 days. For whoever eats that which is leavened, that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Yashar'Al, whether he is foreigner or one born in the land. You shall eat nothing leavened in all your dwellings. You shall eat unleavened bread. Then Mashah called for all the elders of Yashar'Al and said to them, Draw out and take lambs according to your families, and kill the Phasach lamb. Take a bunch of hyssop, dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel and the 2 doorposts with the blood that is in the basin. None of you shall go out of the door of his house until morning. For Yahuah will pass through to strike the Matsrym. When he sees the blood on the lintel and on the 2 doorposts, Yahuah will pass over the door and will not allow the destroyer to come into your houses to strike you. You shall observe this thing for an ordinance to you and to your sons forever. It shall happen when you have come to the land which Yahuah will give you, as he has promised, that you shall keep this service. It shall happen when your children ask you, "What do you mean by this service?" that you shall say, "It is the sacrifice of Yahuah's Phasach, who passed over the houses of the children of Yashar'Al and Matsrym. When he struck the Matsrym and spared our houses, the people bowed their heads and worshipped. The children of Yashar'Al went and did so, as Yahuah had commanded Mashah and Aharun, so they did. At midnight, Yahuah struck all the firstborn in the land of Matsrym, from the firstborn of Pharaoh, who sat on his throne, to the firstborn of the captive, who was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn of livestock. Pharaoh rose up in the night, he, all his servants, and all the Matsrym, and there was a great cry in Matsrym, for there was not a house where there was not one dead. He called for Mashah and Aharun by night and said, "Rise up, get out from among my people, both you and the children of Yashar'Al. Go, serve Yahuah as you have said. Take both your flocks and your herds, as you have said, and be gone, and bless me also." The Matsrym urged the people that they might send them out of the land in haste, for they said, "We are all dead men." The people took their dough before it was leavened, their kneading troughs being bound up in their clothes on their shoulders. The children of Yashar'Al did according to the word of Mashah, and they asked the Matsrym for articles of silver, articles of gold, and clothing. Yahuah gave the people favor in the sight of the Matsrym, so they let them have what they asked. Thus they plundered the Matsrym. The children of Yashar'Al traveled from Ramesses to Succoth, about 600,000 men on foot, besides children. A mixed multitude went up also with them, with flocks, herds, and very much livestock. They baked unleavened cakes of the dough which they brought out of Matsrym, for it wasn't leavened, because they were driven out of Matsrym and couldn't wait, and they had not prepared any food for themselves. Now the time that the children of Yashar'Al lived in Matsrym was 430 years. At the end of 430 years, to the day, all Yahuah's armies went out from the land of Matsrym. It is a night to be observed to Yahuah for bringing them out of the land of Matsrym. This is that night of Yahuah to be observed by all the children of Yashar'Al throughout their generations. Yahuah said to Mashah and Aharun, "This is the ordinance of the Phasach. No foreigner shall eat of it, but every man's servant who is bought for money. When you have circumcised him, then he shall eat of it. A foreigner and a hired servant shall not eat of it. It must be eaten in one house. You shall not carry any of the meat outside of the house. Do not break any of its bones. All the congregation of Yashar'Al shall keep it. When a stranger lives as a foreigner with you and would like to keep the Phasach to Yahuah, let all his males be circumcised, and then let him come near and keep it. He shall be as one who was born in the land, but no uncircumcised person shall eat of it. The same law shall apply to him who was born at home and to the stranger who lives as a foreigner among you." All the children of Yashar'Al did so, as Yahuah commanded Mashah and Aharun, so they did. That same day, Yahuah brought the children of Yashar'Al out of the land of Matsrym by their armies. Thank you for joining me to gather today's portion. May we continue seeking Yahuah through his word and growing in the knowledge of him one day at a time until Yahusha gathers us. Shalom.